Uh-oh. Oh, Sharky's done it now, you guys. At 1-800-449-8255 on the fabulous, amazing Clark the Shark Show. And you've stumbled upon me out there. Yes, you have. You have stumbled upon Ichabod Shark, the Swami. He knows all, tells all, the future, the past. I can tell you everything about you, your dark secrets, your desires. And right now, Ichabod Sharky knows you desire the Sonics. And what an album this is, right here on the Clark the Shark Show from the Golden EIB Sharkerphone. Now, needless to say, this is one of my favorite bands and one of my favorite, albums. I mean, my God, you guys. Did this band start punk? Did they start heavy metal? Did they just start heavy rock in general? Maybe, I don't know. But here are the Sonics, you guys. 1965. This is before 1966, you guys. It's actually recorded in 64. I mean, ahead of its time, sure, but I don't know. It's just really good music, heavy, loud. I want to say it's influenced by The Who, but maybe not. This might even be kind of before The Who, you guys. It was actually recorded in Seattle in a studio. Now, every punk rocker who's legit, or even some heavy metal people, or, just rock and rollers in general, overall, they point to this album, and songs like The Witch, Do You Love Me, Roll Over Beethoven. I hate cover songs, you guys, but the way the Sonics do them, it's almost like they're better than originals. I'm not even kidding, you guys. These guys, side one of this killer, but we go to another level on side two, you guys. Psycho, of course. What a song. Man. Whew, this band, you guys, the Sonics. And, they do get a lot of accolades, respect, and cred, even to this very day in 2023. I like their version of Money, That's What I Want, Walking the Dog. Sure I do, you guys. Good golly, Miss Molly. But these guys always said, we had to do a lot of covers, But, and the organ and piano by Rosalie, man, is so key. All these guys are legends, Of course, those two brothers, man. And one of the things I like about the band is saxophone in a band, Is this a little influenced by the Dave Clark 5? Maybe, but this is kind of before it, or maybe, they just heard that, they loved it, but they cranked it up louder, dude, than every band. And I dare to say even The Who. This drummer he's amazing, you guys. He really influenced me, Clark the Shark. The truth is, you guys, the Sonics and this album, they started punk rock, but they started heavy metal. They started heavy music way before the MC5, way before the Stooges, way before me, Clark the Shark, way before all the, Black Flag and the Ramones and the Clash and, the Jam and the Fall and the Sex Pistols and the Damned. Way before them all, you guys, were the Sonics. Way back in 1965, recorded in 1964. One of the heaviest guitar albums ever recorded, you guys. And then they made another killer album in 1966. But sadly, the band that does The Witch by, Rosalie, and just all these killer songs, man, Boss Hoss, these guys would not last very long, They wouldn't. They would come and go, they would try, here and there. But I wish this band just could have been like The Who and evolved through the 70s. And I say that about a lot of bands, you guys. I say it about the Music Machine, the Haunted, and gosh, dude, the Standells, so many bands, the Count Five. Like I said in other reviews, you guys, a lot of bands, were just rocking 1965. And then, of course, 1966 was an insane year for garage rock. But then psychedelia would come along and erase and destroy everything, you guys. Psychedelia would kind of erase that British insanity. And then, when 1968 and 1969 came around, a lot of bands like the Remains and so many bands struggled to adapt, gosh, dude, the Electric Prunes tried to go heavy rock or, like prog rock with keyboards and they just split up, put together a new lineup. And I hate to see that. Me, Clark the Shark, I like to keep the original members going. But you guys, it was a magical time, 1965, 66. Those were two magical years for rock and roll that will never be again, you guys. The political, cultural thing that happened in those years, the garage bands up in LA and the Sunset Strip and, in Boston and New York and Detroit and everywhere, you guys, Seattle. There were just bands like the Sonics. So many bands that never even recorded much and great bands that you never heard of much at the time, and then you never heard of them again. And then, of course, in 1967, with psychedelia and that underground, there were a lot of bands in the 1967 underground trying to rev up that 1966 rave up. But they just couldn't get it going, you guys, because psychedelia was just too powerful. And psychedelia would last into 1968. But then on the other side of 1968, all these progressive bands, The Who, Jethro Tull, Yes, and, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, all these bands, Black Sabbath, ELP, gosh, you guys. And then later on, stuff like Yes and Styx and all that would just erase that rock and roll scene that kind of reemerged, in 1975, 76, 77 with punk. But it wasn't the same, you guys. 1965, 66 was special, and the Sonics will remain special forever. I guess they couldn't go on forever, you guys, because they're part of a magical time. It's just like the Remains. They still try to play. They still rock, you guys. There are bands from 1966, real old guys, 70, 80 years old, still out there rocking, 20, 30 years older than Clark the Shark, trying to rock. And I wonder tonight somewhere if these guys in the Sonics, I'm sure a lot of them have passed away and gone, But I hope there's tribute bands out there or members or come and go people from the Sonics themselves who still rock, because this was a magical time, you guys. I would have loved to have heard an all original Sonics album in 1965, you guys. Garage rock, proto-punk, you guys. All the cover songs, you know, maybe they were and are necessary to show how they're going to rev them up and make them sound even heavier and like they should sound. You know, but the Beatles already kind of did that, and so did the Stones and the Who. But I love the way the Sonics do it, you guys. And if you can go online and find all the music of the Sonics, buy it anywhere. Try to find the vinyl. You won't find the analog vinyl. Get the digital vinyl, you guys. Go to Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, and buy the Sonics. This is an important band in history, you guys. 1965. They started it all. A lot of people say, you know, maybe just the Who and the Kinks were before the Sonics. It's hard to say, you know, but these guys were amazing. I love this band. I love all their shit. And I'm going to review everything they do, you guys. I love the Count 5 and the Haunted. And man, I love 1966. Love it, you guys. But definitely there is a special place in the heart of the Shark for the Sonics, right here at the golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, you guys. It's a golden EIB Sharkerphone, because right now the Wolfman Jack on crack is talking to you. Somewhere in the universe, maybe 15 years ago, you are in the year 2038, and you want to learn about the Sonics. And maybe they're gone and Shark is gone. But let me tell you something. My review is still here, you guys, of this amazing, amazing, amazing album. Here are the Sonics. 1965, March 1965, 1 month before I, Clark the Shark, your humble DJ, MC, whatever I am, from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. This came out before me, dude. The Witch is before I was born. And for that reason alone, dude, Boss Hoss, Strychnine, Psycho, for these songs, I want you to buy this album and worship forever the Sonics. You don't need to worship me, Clark the Shark, but I want you to worship this band and love them forever. I'm Clark the Shark, and you just got the only review you'll ever need or ever want of the Sonics 1965 album, 1 month before I was born, you guys. I want you to buy it, and I'm out of here. Peace.